At the Fool, and particularly in Stock Advisor, we have this sort of mythology of the Tom versus David, the sibling rivalry and
the competition.
The competition between the different teams involved. How does that work, and how is having that kind of conflict or that kind of competition helpful for an investor?
Well, I think it's helpful for a number of reasons. Number one, just a healthy competition, I think, keeps everybody's eye on the ball, right? There's a reason why you're playing the game in the first place. And truthfully, Tom and David have differing investing styles. I mean, they're not different bad, they're different good. I mean, David is known more for sort of his rule-breaking mentality, and Tom is a little bit better known for his rule-making mentality. And so when you combine the two together with Stock Advisor, we feel like that's what really makes Stock Advisor so special, is that it gives you more or less the best of both worlds there. And you can take advantage of David's sort of forward-thinking, rule-breaking mentality, and you can also you bring in Tom's sort of rule-making, staid, solid performers to give you really not only the diversity, but the performance, and really just it makes it interesting. So I think a couple of examples there on David's side, for example, you'd see something like a 3D Systems, right? And this is this brand new market in 3D printing, and no one's ever really heard about it before. We're just still learning about it. It's just in the very nascent stages, but we've already got this on the portfolio. We've already got this on David's side of the card twice in Stock Advisor. Then you look to the flip side with something like a Team Tom, and we've got Nike that's on the scorecard there, and that's actually one of our core stocks as well in Stock Advisor. But Nike is just one of these reputable brands. Everybody knows the swoosh. It's world renowned. I defy you to find me someone who doesn't know Nike at this point. But the one thing that these investments have in common is that they are tremendous companies, and the stocks themselves have outperformed the market over long periods of time. And so when you can bring those two worlds together like that, I think that it really gives investors not only a fun way to do it, but a great way to really win.
Can you talk just a little bit more about each of the rule breaking, what that is essentially, and then what rule making is essentially?
Yeah, I think rule breaking is probably best understood as companies that are taking advantage of sort of the cutting edge of technology, doing things that we've never really heard before. And I think that 3D Systems really is a great example there because it's so new and it's still developing. I think that you also see things in biotechnology, for example, biopharmaceutical companies that are out there developing new cures for diseases many of us never even heard of. So it's best understood as the cutting edge of technology. It's a riskier style of investing, so it's a little bit more important to be diversified and own a number of those kinds of companies. But by the same token, it's companies that are changing the face, changing the rules of the game, and sort of taking it in their own new direction and showing us new things. Rule making, I think, is better understood as the companies that are out there setting the standard for us every day. I think you look at a couple of companies that Tom has recommended on his side of the card, and Nike was a great example of just a company that is just all over the world. They're really doing everything they can to introduce new products into athletics everywhere. The Nike Fuel Band was a little bit of a sort of a rule-breaking mentality there that they undertook there. But again, using that brand to push not only their name, but also the products onto new customers. And then MasterCard, I think another great example of a company that just everybody knows it. You probably have one in your wallet, but you may not realize how profitable this company is and how well the stock has performed over time.